we're in the house here tonight. Tonight gonna be a very eventful, the whole week has been eventful on this topic. So on my right hand side, I kick this thing off. We have Unika and Ryan in the house. So let's give Unika something. And all you know, Mr. Mark Ned, let's give Mr. Mark Ned something.
Buenos tardes.
And then we have a special guest here tonight, Rosanna Tenuko. Let's give her a round of applause. And then last, Eva, the rapture didn't happen yet, but we have Sally in the house. Let's give Celeste a round of applause.
Good night, everybody. We are so glad that you are here with us. We have a lot to talk about. I know everybody has their opinion about this. We are talking about the Venezuelans, how they are coming across to Trinidad. Not just Venezuelans, they are Latin Americans. In general, we're talking about the distress going on in Venezuela. So I know we have a lot of opinions. Some people want them to go back. Some people want to help them. There's a lot going on. And we have, Rosanna is actually from Venezuela. So we're going to hear a lot tonight. So yes. Aside from that, I have some giveaways. We are giving away tonight. You can share your opinion. Feel free. But please share it respectfully. You are entitled to your opinion. But let's not do the cursing. And, I know we're passionate. But keep it down a little bit. Because we don't have to delete your comments. So tonight, I am giving away a ticket to Movie Town. This is for a 3D movie. It is worth $100. And you get money for food in this. Yes. I am giving away Francis Fashion gift voucher for $100. And this is a micro SDHC card with an adapter. I guess that's what a memory card from Megamark. From our sponsor. So I know the director will put up the information, the sponsor's information, the number, everything. You can call Megamark for computer services. He actually fixed my laptop for me, so I would recommend him. And yes, you can send us a voice note. Director, you can put up the number right down at the bottom of the screen. Send us a voice note. We want to hear your voice. We will play you. You can share your opinion, and we will discuss it tonight, okay? So, let's get the show started.
Hey, before we go on with the show, I said I could pull up the post and we hear some of the comments that have been happening online. I would like to hear, what people has been.
In the post, we asked a direct.
Okay.
Well, in the post, we asked a direct question.
Right.
If the Venezuelans come in to Trinidad, if it's a blessing or burden. And the majority said burden.
Yeah, the majority
I
of
think
people who come.
85% of people said burden or more.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? You have it there, Sally?
Give me 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
1, 2, 3.
It's interesting though
Okay.
that people,
Hey,
yeah.
that was just 4
I
seconds.
outdid myself. All right. So, let me read some comments. How can this be a blessing to anyone? Not for
You could call it name.
TNT, and certainly not for Venezuelans. They had to flee their country. Also, TNT can only help so many, unfortunately. Like Trinidad, once a wealthy country, not only mismanagement, give me free thing. I'm looking for a really passionate one.
That one bad guy made a lot of sense
Mm-hmm.
about, he was saying all the, well, you look for jobs in Trinidad and
Mm-hmm.
put the Venezuelans to use and let them bring their fish, something like that. I don't know if Venezuelans have special fish.
So we have one. We don't have enough resources to accommodate them. They're running from their oil-rich country to put a strain on our economy.
Don't fight yet, Rosanna. Don't fight yet.
Temporary burden. I've seen a lot of people saying burden. A couple of people saying blessing. If we continue, our turn will be sooner than we think. So a lot of people actually think this is going to lead to the destruction of Trinidad as we know it. Okay, corruption kills countries. when sycophants, I don't know what that means.
When what?
I don't want to say it unless it's a bad word or something. Defend lying, thieving leaders. It's in caps, right? So I don't want to, I don't know what I mean. But we get the gist, right? Bird on, big bird on, big bird on, 100, 100.
Wow.
Bird on. It's
So,
a test from
yeah,
God.
basically,
Somebody said it's a test from God.
Wow.
I think it could be a blessing in disguise, personally, if we manage it the right way. I think we need wisdom from the leaders.
I think if the government does not implement a proper plan soon, that it can become a burden. I don't think it's a burden per se now, but it can
Immediately.
become. It
Definitely
can
agree.
become because all our resources obviously is going to be, used up more, and people claiming that Venezuelans coming and taking all their jobs. I don't know. I could be
Taking
wrong.
all their jobs, but
I don't believe so.
I don't
Yeah.
think any country that it was reported anything to
think
with
so.
jobs,
Yeah.
people laying off people and
I
things
didn't
like
see
that.
that.
No. They're saying Trinidadians saying they can't get jobs because Venezuelans taking their jobs.
That's not true though.
I know that's not true.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of postings. I've seen a lot of people post things on Facebook, jobs, sometimes up to 20-something jobs just be posted.
Yeah.
But I mean, who take any jobs? I mean, it's not
True.
the Venezuelans taking all the jobs. There are jobs out there.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yes.
So before we get heated into the conversation, right? Mr. Keelan the Hunter, he went on hunt because you all know this was the last week of registration for the
Yeah.
Venezuelans.
Yeah.
And not just apparently we were told as people actually just came just for the registration when they heard
Yes,
about it,
they
right? So
did.
it's not even
They
just like
did.
the people who in the country, people
Yeah.
came to actually specifically just register, right? So Keelan the Hunter went to find out what is going on behind the scenes, right? So let me hear what is going on live from, I don't know if it's from the registration camp, but let me hear what is going on there.
Come on, I guess I'm just a misfit, huh? Yeah. Not coming right now? No, not coming right now? Yeah. I listen.
All right, guys. Not everybody got their papers. So some you have some happy faces, some sad faces. The time run out, the limit is gone. But hey, we hoping that maybe they'll get you tomorrow. We don't know, right? But there are people still coming out who got you successfully. Yeah, so we keeping it real. Let it be real. Feely. We had some people right now, some Venezuelans, they got you and they're very happy right now. Yeah, so everything went well, everything went smooth. Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, man. Just ask this simple question, Venezuelans, is it a burden or a blessing? I don't know, bro, you gotta tell me.
Honestly, bro, I think it's a blessing because to some extent, Venezuelans so far have come across here and they've shown that they're willing to work here, willing to do stuff that average Trinidadians are not willing to do. I'm not coming down on our Trinidadians, but reality, sometimes we take too much of what we have for granted.
I find really and truly, at the end of the day, the people are already in the country, right? Wherever time they get to stay, you understand? I think we as the people should still at least lend a helping hand with food and water and things. You can't have these thousands of people in the country, they're done here, starving. These is children, these is women, these is pregnant people come. It's crisis, Now we see in the crisis, It's not like we don't know what's going on in Venezuela. But what we could do, even if, make some sandwich, drop it for them, some water, drop it for them. Look, we lime in here, right?
Lime in here.
We buy a case of beers, we buy things. That money throwing away.
Sure.
Come now, man. Take the money and buy some little water, some little thing. If I was in the position to go down there and help them, I don't know.
We going now. Everybody pack up the van.
Exactly.
We going now. We gonna help somebody. You understand? We gotta do something.
Something.
Everybody like, share, like we will. Even if they disagree with us, get somebody a little bread or a little water now, man. Right?
Exactly.
We go argue after.
These people come from this place with all these millions of people, and this little island could stretch out a hand and really help them, right? Boy, we are real blessings together.
I'm not dismissing the fact that we have some rogue elements within the influx of Venezuelans. So we do need to have some sort of control or border measurement in that regard. But generally, I'm not opposed to them coming in and willing to work and do an honest job for us.
Yeah, see, if they're doing something honest and thing, no, give them a chance, like, be real.
Honestly, if they come and do good for the country and already the constitution worse than how it is, I don't stand wrong with helping our neighbors. Because if it was the foot are wrong and we had problems here, all of us will be going that way.
All are we, all the like, be real now.
You understand? We call us every tortilla and we doubles and across this.
And
So,
we eating doubles in Venezuela.
you understand? So if they come here and we helping them out, no problem. Or they come and make the constitution worse, well, that is we will have. But if we helping them out and they helping the society, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Like, be real. I ain't see nothing wrong with that. Hey, we could share doubles. I sure there are something nice for we to taste too, like, be real.
Tortillas
And tortillas, we can mix it too. Tortillas and doubles together. Hey, we have a new thing going.
Curry
Right?
tortilla,
Ah,
doubles.
this man know the thing, hey, what? Tune in next week, we go have some curry tortillas and doubles and mix it up. We have a new delicacy, right?
It's a sad thing. I'm not pleased as to what people saying about them, where they come in to take their husband and thing that die.
They didn't come for your husband or go up getting on soon.
I hear some people saying that you know talking real dirty and nasty about the people, and I just find that we humans at the end of the day, and it could happen to we. That is all.
Let me be real.
Let we be real. Big man thing.
Big man thing. I'm feeling that big man thing. You understand? Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man.
Hey, awesome stuff, man. All you hear with is, the people opinion. Apparently, online on Facebook, a lot of people saying it's burden, but these people actually didn't necessary,
Yeah, that young lady had
There was a lot of talk on radio too, browsing through the stations, but a lot of the men were saying that they think the women especially would harvest you because they find the Venezuelan women to be very beautiful. And
I mean, Trinidadian women.
It's a Trinidadian woman.
Oh, okay,
would be, the men were saying they think the women have it harder because they.
That's why certain people was protesting and things.
But that's not man, but anyhow, good.
Yeah. But it was a real topic. People were discussing it a lot this week.
Because a lot of things going on, right? So, what is really happening? You want to tell us, where's the story happening in Venezuela? Because a lot of Trinidadians, how long, first thing first, Roseanne, how long you been in Trinidad? And
I've been
give me a little backstory on yourself and then what is going on.
Yeah, sure. I've been here about 22 years. My grandparents, they are Trinidadians. And my mother came here, well, she basically grew up in Venezuela. And then she came across with us when I was about 9 years old, my brother and I. And yes, we've been here for a very long time. So of course I understand what my fellow, Venezuelans are going through right now. Even though I wasn't there with the whole
So your
Chavez came in power.
grandparents from Trinidad, they went and lived in Venezuela?
They went to live in Venezuela. They migrated to Venezuela.
Yeah.
They were looking for a better quality of life.
See?
They were looking for jobs, for a better job. My grandmother worked in the oil industry, and my grandfather worked in Heinz.
Okay.
So, I mean, they did pretty well for themselves. They had their own businesses. They had 4 kids, and my grandmother never wanted to come back to Trinidad to live.
Right.
Unfortunately, she had a good life over there. And she's not the only Trinidadian. They are not the only Trinidadians that migrated to Venezuela for a better life.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, a lot of Latin American countries, their people migrated to Venezuela for a better life.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
And this would have been
This would have been in the 60s.
60s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's correct.
Right.
And then, so you're from how long are you here now, you say? How
About
much you-
22 years now.
22 years, that's like selling out the age, but 22 years now.
That's okay.
I just joking.
What's the big deal in selling out the
It's
age?
fine.
Women are over that.
No,
You
true,
just
how
said-
are you?
I'm 46, I'll be 47 in 2
Wow.
months.
Do I guess it was attitude too, but So now they've been, so what is happening actually in Venezuela now? Where's the real story going on as, in your
Well,
words?
Venezuela is facing a dictatorship right now. People have no access to basic needs, no medication. They have not able to maintain their families. They can't get jobs.
Right.
They have no salaries coming in. So it's really hard for them to make a living. Right now,
Okay.
people are desperate. I have family members right now that are sick. I even have family members that have passed away in the past month just because they can't get medication.
Wow.
It's that bad. They can't even get, room in the hospitals. I mean, it's the same situation here, so I've heard, with San Fernando Hospital.
Right.
But
Not to that extent.
not to that extent,
to that
exactly. And then the hospitals don't even have electricity.
Wow.
Some of the cities don't have electricity for over 8 hours, sometimes 2 days. Maybe just Caracas would have, electricity for part of the day. But it's really hard on people. There's no gas. People can't drive their cars.
So you
No
can't
transport.
gas?
No gas.
Okay.
People can't take public transport. They need to walk.
Wow.
Walk to
Hold
work.
up, hold up. You had to walk. Everybody walking to work?
Yes.
Wow.
There is
Venezuela
no
has
lie about
gas. That's one of the resources.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
That's
one
what
of the
they-
main
And
resources.
They don't have any
They don't have any.
gas.
Wow.
We live in a, in a corrupted country, and greed has taken over
Yeah.
the government. It's been like that since Chavez was in power, and it just escalated when Maduro came in.
Okay.
So it
People
got
are
worse.
suffering.
So a bicycle is a valuable property now?
Exactly. Yes, it is.
I can see.
Wow.
Yes, it
For a
is.
long time, people just be stealing their bike and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I guess across there.
Yes, and I mean walking to
Can't even
work
bike no way.
is miles.
Wow.
You have to walk miles to get to work and back. So I mean, you gotta be fit after that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, so now that so people come, why people come to Trinidad and how
People are just going to wherever they can. They really don't. They're not really thinking if they know the language. They're not thinking how people are going to receive them when they get to these places. They're just not thinking about that. They're just thinking about getting out.
Yeah.
Right.
They just need to get out without a plan. They just need to get out and give their families a better life. They need their families to be able to eat 3 meals a day. Some persons eat 1 meal for the whole day.
Right.
I have seen it. I went to Venezuela 3 years ago, and all families, on my husband's side of the family, we went to their house, and there was nothing to eat.
Wow.
They have 3 kids,
Right.
and it was really bad. We had to make sure that they got things to eat when we were there, and
Yeah.
even after that.
Yeah.
So I mean, even when you think that it's not real, once you're there, you realize how real it is. Every corner, everywhere you go, you see people digging into garbage bins with their kids,
Oh my God.
looking for food.
Right.
I mean, that is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's totally heartbreaking. My husband couldn't even take being there. He was just so, so sad about the whole situation. Kids would come to our tables asking us to please give them something to eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there was nothing you could do because, it wasn't like a whole crew of us where we could try to find
Yeah.
a way. It was just us. My daughter was there. My daughter was about 2 years old when she went.
Right.
And she was still looking at them like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, she's confused.
I saw like on the news that some people even resorted to eating meat that was standing rotten, that
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
when
I'm,
you dig into the
and
dustbin, you might
Yeah.
end up
It was-
with a rotten piece of meat.
yeah, like they're really considering
Wow.
whatever they can
yeah,
eat.
mango is like a delicacy right now. I mean, if you could get mangoes to eat, then that's what you're gonna eat.
Right.
If
Wow.
you could pick fruits, and that's what people are surviving on.
So how so see that's so bad, right? And you say how people came, they heard about the registration, right? So where's the when people hear about Trinidad, where's the thought they hear across there? I don't know if you know often like. Alright, like when they hear, like, where's the feedback again? Is that they feel welcome, or is it that they just it don't matter?
No,
just come
they
in?
know. They know that Trinidadians are not they're not happy about the Venezuelans coming in, but they're just not thinking about it. They will
They
just
just wanna
experience it when
survive.
they get there. They will see how it goes when they get there. All they're thinking is that we're gonna get a meal when we get there.
Right.
We're gonna get a job when we get there. We're gonna be able to finally see a grocery that has food in it.
Wow.
So the groceries have no food.
No food.
Let me ask you something. Are there people though, because I've heard that there are people who there are certain people who can drive cars and have access to food.
Yes.
And if there are people like that, how come? How they getting access to these?
Well, once you are a supporter of the government, you are able to get all your benefits. You are able to get all your basic necessities. You're still able to live a good life.
Wow.
You don't have to line up for anything. Venezuelans were there in the registration campaign from the
Yeah.
night before.
Yeah.
Venezuelans are accustomed to that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They line up
Wow.
for food. They line up, not just in the bank, they line up for food, they line up for bread. bread that we just walk to the corner and get,
Yeah.
they need to line up hours to get.
Wow.
Okay.
But the people who support the government,
They get through. They get through.
wow.
And I mean, they continue to support the government because this is the way that, you know, they're able to live a good life.
Right.
Right.
They're not going to give it up. And most of the persons that have this life now, they were poor before. And now that they have this life and they have this power,
They don't want to
then
let
they're not going to
go.
let it go.
How many, if you could average, I mean, I know that might be tough, like how many people you would say still support the present government? Like, is it equal? Is it just a
No, it's
few?
definitely not equal.
Very few.
Maybe about a 5%, if so much.
5%, okay.
Support the current government.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
okay.
okay. So it's the majority in the country.
'Cause
In distress.
I wouldn't have thought that
They will not
from
cover.
watching the news and thing. I would think that a lot more supported the current
Yeah,
government.
no.
About 5%.
Wow.
No, when it had the rallies on the street, it was a lot, eh?
Yeah.
From Wido, it was
Yeah.
a lot of people was
Yes.
on the street supporting
About
it.
17 million people protested that day.
Wow.
When
17
he
million
took over.
people protested.
17 million.
Where they fit? I mean, I guess I think in Trinidad.
Caracas is a very big,
city. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is like off topic, but 17 million people, imagine, you know?
Yes.
They could overthrow the country.
Yeah.
could stop them.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, but
They could have a coup.
yeah. That's
I
like a whole
mean,
different.
I saw some persons protesting the other day, and when I passed by, I mean, I just saw like just a few persons,
Yeah.
maybe about 20 or 30 persons, and you know, a protest in Venezuela is like millions.
Million.
Of people.
Yeah.
You know, this is when you know the whole country
Yeah.
is desperate and
Yes.
tired.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
in Trinidad we had some protests against the Venezuelan signing up. It
Yeah.
wasn't 17 million people really.
They say it was like about 50, maybe 100.
50
It wasn't
people?
that much.
It wasn't that much. I
It
really
wasn't
think
much.
that they're
it
trying
just was
to make.
loud mouths.
I'm now going to say they're trying to make themselves to portray
Really loud
themselves as more than
voices.
they actually are, with their loud voices
Yeah.
but it wasn't that much people that were protesting. It wasn't
Okay,
really that
okay.
much.
Because you know it's just sad, but you know we want to go to the comment section and encourage you all to like, share, leave a comment. You could ask anything, but we have a story. What's his name, the young man who's here with us? We could just
We have Lido James.
sorry.
We have Lino James, and he's going to be here with us tonight. He's a friend of the family, and he's going to be here to give his story as well.
Who
when
he is?
came.
And is he something in Venezuela?
Yes, he's a performing artist, a singer.
Okay, you told me he was on he saw when year he did that? Where he sang the song for Miss Venezuela? When year that was?
I'm not sure what year that was,
You're
but
not
he
too
will
sure?
tell us.
He would tell us. Alright, nice.
And he's been here like how long in Trinidad?
He's been here for about 8 months now.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Almost a year.
We hear his story, how he came and everything like that. Right?
Yes,
And
of
what
course.
is going on.
Yes.
Alright, so let me hear what is going on online there, Sally.
Okay, sure. I'll say good night to a few people. Good night, Keisha Nash, Sasha Luces, Ashad Ali. Good night to you, Christopher Sarau. He says, yes, we need a proper plan on management. Chan.Saran says Braden. Shiva Ward. He says, I think we need to stop talking and think with emotions and look at the numbers. Yeah. But it's kind of hard to get away from emotions when, I don't know, as a human, it's hard to just put that aside and, you know, be cool, kind of, but I don't know. Sasha Lucia, she says, I believe one of the major concerns is the amount of Venezuelans that are coming in. The government needs to have a plan or else there would be some real problems. Good night to Kerwin Narayan says, wow, so at one time Venezuela was the place to go to. I remember that was actually a very big tourist destination. People would always go to Venezuela for vacations. I went when I was very young. Good night, Kimberly. Mark Sook, good night. He says Trinis are abrasive. The comments under Veni-related videos are disgusting. I do agree to an extent. Kim Pinky, it is heartbreaking, but we afford all them people our house in a mess, and you wanna add to it. Trinidad too small to help a woman and her kids and send the rest back. Okay, I tried my best to read that comment. AJ Allen, you all giving away tickets to the show in Tobago. That is a great idea, AJ. Maybe we will for the next show. Not yet. So before we go to our guest, he is from Venezuela. He moved here recently. He was a artist, a musician. And yes, I will give this giveaway to Arshad Ali. So Arshad, congratulations. I'm giving you this $100 Francis Fashion gift certificate. You can send us a message. You can inbox us to find out how to collect it. So congratulations. You have won this giveaway. So I encourage you guys to stay tuned. It's going to get even more interesting. We're going to find out even more from somebody who actually registered this week about what the conditions are like and what he had to go through. So back to you guys.
Hey, awesome stuff, right? Now, we have this gentleman here. You know, you have
What's his
to
name again? Sorry,
Lino James.
It's Lino.
Lino.
Yeah.
Right.
So you will have to do a couple translations. Sorry, I skipped
No
Spanish
problem.
class. You know what I mean?
Skip a lot of classes.
Yeah, I skip a lot of classes. Yeah. So maybe you can, thanks for coming on this show. When is it? How long are you in the country? Maybe you can.
¿Cuánto tiempo tienes aquí?
Un año con 8 meses aproximadamente.
Yes,
Okay,
8
okay.
months, almost a year.
Well, online
been
translate
here.
for me, right? Joking. For how long? 8 months?
For 8 months, almost a year.
Okay, okay. And what you used to do across in Venezuela?
¿Qué hacías?
Me dedicaba a la música, a cantar, actuación en público y solo eso.
Okay.
Yes, well, he was a performing artist in Venezuela. He did a lot of shows. He did Miss Universe as well, was his last gig until, things got a little bad. But yes, he was a singer, performing artist.
Ask him if
Well
he used to
known.
make money.
¿Hacías dinero?
Sí, así me mantenía con eso y ayudaba a mi familia con eso.
What he
Yes,
said.
well, he was able to
Yes,
mind
it's
his
a
family.
family,
He was
yeah.
able to support his family well.
I know that one.
He was making good enough cash, to make a living, a good living.
Good.
Okay, okay. How, when was he performing for Miss Venezuela? When,
Yeah.
Where
¿Fue
year?
que estuviste en el Miss?
Hace ya 3 años.
Or
Sí.
about 3 years ago?
Okay.
Okay, and that is when things started, I guess, much go downhill after some
Well,
years
things
after.
were already
And-
already
yeah,
bad.
It was
but
bad
more-
then.
Yeah, but I
It
mean,
was
like,
bad
worse
then.
to where it is today, But the so how you came to Trinidad? Like, what is,
¿Cómo te viniste a
Me
Trinidad?
vine por bote legal. ¿no?
Right.
Sí, al 2017
Mhm.
fue mi venida por...
He came here 2017. He came by boat legally. Yes, people. Yeah, so that's how he came in the country. Of course, he had no idea what he was going to face. Tú no sabías, ¿cierto? Que no, o sea, cómo te iba a ir cuando llegaras aquí.
No, la verdad que no. No tenía ni idea. Pues.
¿Qué te imaginabas con la gente?
No, pues
True.
Investigué bastante sobre la cultura de Trinidad, cómo eran las personas, qué se podía hacer, qué no, sobre la música sobre todo, qué es lo que más me gusta, o sea, lo que me gusta, lo que amo, que es la soca que se hace aquí. Investigaba mucho sobre eso y pues bueno, era mi idea pues, de venir y hacer música aquí, pero vi que no, o sea, por
había la
problema,
oportunidad.
no tengo el idioma todavía,
idioma.
no sé el inglés, por eso...
So what was all of that about now?
Well, he talks about that he did have some knowledge of, what Trinidad was like. He kind of knew how, the people are, their culture. But yes, he definitely didn't know if he would be facing, any rejections or anything like that. He came here to do music and hopefully, be able to get back into that career. But it was really difficult for him to do it because of the language barrier.
Right.
So he ended up taking another job. And ¿cuál fue ese trabajo?
Was that
¿Dónde
there?
trabajas ahorita?
Ahorita trabajo en el zoológico de Macari.
En
Safari
Macari.
Zoo, yeah.
Yes, well, he works in a safari zoo now.
Okay.
You have to make $1. You have to do what you gotta do.
Yeah, sing for them.
Tú
Sing
cantas
for
para
those
ellos.
animals.
No, no.
Can you ask Rosanna what led to him? Because nobody really wants to, especially in his position, because he was a known singer. I saw a video before, and there were thousands of people in the crowd. So you don't just want to leave your country and leave that life. So in that moment, what made him come to that decision? You know what? I have to leave Venezuela. I have to come. I have to get a better. Like, what was happening? How his career started to decline, and how was his family affected, and what made him say, "This is it. I'm coming to Trinidad."
¿Cómo saliste de esa situación? O sea, ¿cómo tú decidiste, en qué momento tú decidiste, me voy a ir, me voy a Trinidad porque, o sea, ¿cuál fue tu razón de tomar una decisión tan difícil sin saber el idioma ni nada? O sea, ¿cómo tu familia se vio afectada en todo esto también?
Cuando me di cuenta de que ya la música no me estaba dando resultados, pues decidí hacer algo nuevo y era el país que yo quería conocer, Trinidad. Y tenía amigos aquí, tengo amigos aquí y dije que, o sea, me comuniqué con ellos y le pedí que si aquí podía estar bien, si podía trabajar, si podía hacer X cosas. Me dieron el apoyo, me dijeron que sí y por eso decidí venir.
Pero, o sea, en el aspecto de dejar a Venezuela, que es un país súper hermoso.
Sí, pues bueno.
¿Cómo
Con
te pegó
todo
eso?
dolor, pues sí, bastante. La familia, sobre todo, dejar a los amigos, dejar las cosas que yo en realidad amo, no fue fácil.
Right, so it wasn't easy for him to leave Venezuela behind. It was really painful. Of course, he had to leave his family, his friends, everybody over there. But he did connect with some friends here, and they told him, you know, you could get a job, there's opportunities here, and that, you know, gave him incentive to come to Trinidad and try a new life. But it was, yes, it was a really hard decision to make. But he's pretty well, you know, he's doing pretty well here.
Okay.
So he's still hoping to get through with his singing because soca is, you know, Trinidad's music. So he's hoping to get into the singing as well here eventually. It's what he loves, it's what he's passionate about.
But I guess for this season in his life, his focus is, I guess, his
It's to
family.
make money
Yeah.
and to send to his family.
Well, I mean, there's more question for you though. Where's the dollar ratio? Like what like let's say making $500 a week. What I could do for somebody in Venezuela here from Trinidad?
$500 a week is a lot of money. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of money for them across. Even just $100 could help people, you know, get groceries, get by. That is really expensive. Whatever things you could get, they're very expensive. Very, very expensive. One item could cost you your whole salary. across
Wow.
there. The one bag of rice, one bag of milk.
Wow.
Could take your whole salary.
Wow.
So it's really, really tough when it comes to getting food and stuff. I think I believe that the salary is like $1 a month.
What?
Yeah.
That's his average salary?
Yes.
What
$1 US.
$1
A month.
a month.
What? $1 a month?
Yeah.
Wow.
When
Okay.
you get
You can't even buy Bobby in Trinidad, you know, okay?
let me when you give, like if you go Venezuela and you change 100 US, it's a load of cash. Yeah, it's like you need a bag or something to hold it because it's so much money. Yeah.
Wow. So the average person making $1 US.
Unfortunately, yes.
I had a
And that'll
thought.
walk to work together?
Yes.
So you see the luxury we have?
Is it
Being in Trinidad?
dangerous? Also, if it's dangerous, let's say let's say when he sends money to his family, can that money be stolen or, you know, somehow, has that ever happened, or did you hear stories of that happening, if it happened to him or?
¿A ti te ha pasado? ¿Te ha pasado donde hay la posibilidad de que te puedan robar dinero o cuando tú le mandas dinero a tu familia en dólares? O sea, como...
No, por lo menos ahora no me ha pasado.
No, what
Gracias a
happened?
Dios ahora no me ha pasado porque cuando se van a hacer envíos...
Por transferencia.
Sí, por transferencia. Se busca a la persona de más confianza que uno tenga, que en realidad sí te haga la transferencia, ¿me entiendes?
Yes, well, that's what most of us do. We transfer the money. So whoever has an account there,
So it goes directly.
It goes directly to the
Okay.
account. So you don't have to be with cash. And sometimes even when your cash is in the account, it can have several working days where you can't get money from the ATMs.
Oh, okay.
So people have no money to move around
I
with.
guess to take out that money from ATM, it's a lot of money coming out of that ATM.
And it happened to us actually. It happened to my husband and I when we were there the last time. We were without money for about 3 days.
Wow.
We couldn't get any access to the cash on the bank account.
Wow.
So even though your money is there, you still can't access
You
it.
still can't access.
So like you know how serious this thing is, eh? So you know well, so he here now 8 months now. Where's his family here too? I don't
Tu
know.
familia no está aquí, ¿cierto? Sí.
Solamente mi hermano, sí.
Tu hermano,
Ujú.
his
Me
brother.
lo
is
traje
here
el año
as well.
pasado.
He
Okay,
came
so-
last year.
So his wife and his children across there?
¿Tú no tienes esposa o hijo?
No.
No. No, he doesn't have any wife and kids.
Okay.
But he
Oh.
has his, his family, his mom,
Okay.
other
okay.
siblings.
Okay. And so seeing that you've been here for like 8 months, when you went for registration, what was he setting like? I don't know.
¿Cómo fue lo del registro? ¿Cómo fue esa experiencia?
Pues,
¿Había mucha
me-
gente? ¿Cómo fue?
Sí, bastante personas, pero me pareció bien, pues una buena organización, buen trato, muy buena educación tuvieron, o sea, y también nos dieron refrigerio, nos atendieron bien, pues, por lo menos en mi caso. Ese día que me tocó registrarme, pasó así, todo bien, todo muy limpio, todo muy ordenado, me gustó.
Okay.
Well, he didn't have a bad experience.
Mhm.
He had a good experience. It was flowing. The line was going just fine. He got treated really well. Everything was done, quickly. He was one of the first ones to go, I think, right? Fuiste uno de los primeros. En los primeros días.
No.
No. ¿En qué día? Como la semana.
Cuarto día más o menos. Cuarto,
Around the
5
fourth
días,
day.
sí, cuatro.
Around the fourth day, he went to the registration, and it was cool breeze. They did ask a lot of questions. But he got through just fine. They were humble. They were good to him.
Very nice.
So,
Okay.
So-
at least he didn't have anything to talk about when it comes to the persons doing the
Right.
registering.
Okay.
So you're hearing all kinds of stories,
Mhm.
where people saying that, well, yes, I saw for myself, though, that people slept
Oh yeah.
overnight, trying to, I guess, when people realized that the time was coming closer, 4 days is still kind
Yeah,
of
they
early.
started to go.
They started to rush, and I guess that sort of overwhelmed the officials or whoever was doing the registration process. But, I mean, things were running smooth for a while. It wasn't
I think
all...
people got desperate because they saw that
Right.
the time was getting closer and more people were coming.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And people were coming from boats or from Venezuela straight to the registration to the oval.
Wow.
So I mean, they probably didn't think all these people were gonna be here. A lot of Venezuelans that were already here hoping to register didn't expect more Venezuelans to just come and
So in addition to who was already here, people actually left Venezuela, say, okay,
Yeah, like on the
you're
spot, like,
registered,
let's
I'm
go.
going to Trinidad. Come off the boat and you went and
Yep.
line up. Wow.
So this will not be like a total question opposite the registration, all right? So since maybe you could ask him to but for yourself too, right? I know a lot of in Trinidad there've been a lot of misuse of Venezuelan women. Is this something real happening where it's actually like how we explain, not necessarily prostitution, but it's actually more than that, right?
It's like slavery
Like
almost.
like almost
It
a
is.
sense of
It is
slavery. Yeah.
slavery.
Is this something real happening in Trinidad with people?
Yes, this was happening a very long time. It's been happening for years. It's just that because of this situation now, everybody is talking about it and stories are starting to arise and
Is it
videos,
getting worse?
everything
Like it
is
getting
happening.
much more common or something, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And I mean, there are a lot of them that are fooled into coming. They tricked into coming to Trinidad to work. Some of them, they will be offered to come as cleaners, to come and clean people's homes. And then when they arrive, it's a whole different story. They end up taking away their passports and everything. And then when they come, they realize they're going to be working in a bar. And that's not even the worst part yet.
In a way, a
They
bar?
come to, yeah,
Okay.
they come to for prostitution. And it's
Okay.
not because they want to, it's because,
Without
they
calling,
got
like,
tricked into
without calling
becoming
people's
here.
names, like a real story or something like that
Yes,
happen?
of course. Well, I have a friend. I do have a friend that she came back to register now as well. And it's the same as you. I mean, she was tricked into coming here. When she was across there, they told her that she was coming across to work. But when she went on the boat and she came to Trinidad, she realized that there was a transaction happening. So she was actually being sold. The person actually bought her from,
Wow.
from a Venezuelan guy.
And she didn't even
So-
know all this was going to happen.
She did not know it was going to happen. She ended up living with this person for about 2 years,
Wow.
practically locked down. She was there cleaning, cooking, just doing whatever she was told. For about 2 years, she was practically this person's slave.
My goodness.
Eventually, he would have, decided, well, that's it with you. I need somebody else or somebody younger in this case. And yeah, that she was free to go afterwards.
So but she couldn't go before?
No.
She on lockdown.
No, but even in lockdown, you can run out of your house. Why she couldn't escape?
No, the person had guards outside, so I imagine it was somebody really,
A wealthy person.
a really wealthy person.
Whoa, so they had security all over the place. And
Yes, they did.
wow, so all I think is just some little things happening in the country, but it's actually real stories, real people's lives getting destroyed. And it's sad how people getting taken out. So many times people say it's a burden, but it didn't seem as a burden for some people.
Yeah,
eh?
and she had kids.
Yeah?
Wow.
She had kids.
She had kids
So
too?
her kids were left behind.
And they.
Oh, wait.
Could she have
Yeah.
She
contacted
brought
them?
the kids? with
No,
her?
her
Oh,
kids
okay.
were there, but I mean, just imagine that feeling of not being able to go back home
Right.
and having kids.
So she came maybe here to try and support her kids, and then she ended up
Yeah.
stuck in a
I mean,
cycle.
eventually she did when she was free. She was able to, to do her life, and she was able to see about her kids. And
So for
eventually
2
she
years,
went
her
back.
kids didn't even hear from her?
Yeah, they did hear from her, but she wasn't
Okay.
able to leave.
Oh,
So tell me
okay.
something. Couldn't she have reported that person? I mean, I guess being a migrant and being in that situation, you're thinking, who's going to believe me or who's going to take me seriously? I mean, did she try or?
No, she would not have tried. I don't think so, because after being, getting your freedom after so long,
You just
I don't think you would even bother to take the chance,
Yeah.
especially if you have a family and you're
And
now
then,
getting that
and I'm going
opportunity.
to say too, it seemed like this person was not an ordinary person too.
Yes,
No.
you have security in your home.
Yeah, if this is a person in
The
power.
average Trinidad don't have no security inside your house. In the
if,
yard.
if you have a little power, you must see no more than
Yeah.
you should, You
Exactly.
don't really want to meddle and you say, well, boy, you're just happy you come out of that situation. But it's sad that there's something actually happening going on. And there's actually another cause you're with, right? Outside of this is another cause you're with. I
Yes,
think is,
with A21,
Right.
we host freedom for walk for freedom. Sorry, I was trying to remember. Yes, walk for freedom. We host that event. The host person is Kimberly Singh, which you all know,
Right.
and we have decided to do this with her. She's decided to take up this course, and it's been really successful. We've had people walking every year. For all these persons that have been missing, that have been trafficked. Not that we know for a fact that they have been, but we do have a lot of stories of people going missing, and we have tried to come out there and voice for
So-
these people who have been silenced.
Because in Trinidad, it worse than it would seem, right? Because in Trinidad, you read the papers, you hear about Trinidadians who get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the amount of Venezuelans who come into Trinidad and they get,
Yeah,
you know,
because they come, they don't really know anything. They come
Right.
into Trinidad and they don't know what taxi to get on into. They don't know, where
Which
you're
is a
taking them
legit
to.
taxi or which
yeah.
is- yeah.
And they don't know if you're going another direction instead of taking them home. They don't really know. They don't know the country, so they've been taken advantage of. Even though girls in Trinidad do get kidnapped, and we have worked for them. The Venezuelans right now, it's been more Venezuelans than the Trinidadians.
wow.
I believe.
Awesome stuff, I want to thank our brother here for coming on the show, thanks, and we're going to another segment, so we want to hear what is going on online, and we're coming back, right?
En
Yeah?
el programa.
Yeah, man. Let me hear what is going on in the online side.
Okay, we have a lot of comments online. Let me start with good night, Jervey, Michael Penko, Shermaine Howe, okay. Shermaine Howe says nothing happens by guess. Not even this situation they are facing was by bad luck. When it's bad, even God allows bad things to happen for reasons. Okay. Mark Suk says 1 US a month, Venezuela can barely be called a country at this point. That is true. Can't even wrap your mind around that. Okay, Gervais says Venezuelan ghettos filled with guns and Maduro still normal. Yeah. Mark Sook says, imagine going to Massey and seeing the shelves empty. Trinidad is in a good spot. I hope we never mess that up. And that is so true. When you go to Massey stores, there's food on the shelf. Like, there are things to buy. You could buy cricks. Okay, Karina Ryan says Trinidadians are well off because our nation spends billions in gambling every year. Yeah. Okay. Shermaine says Jesus had 2 loaves of bread, 3 fish to feed the multitude, and they made it work for all. Why can't we share what we have in a crisis? I really agree with that. We really need God in this situation. That is the only way. Kimberly says compassion is what we need as a nation. Yeah, I think if it's in your power to help one person, that would be the world of difference. So just that one person. Don't study like all the multitudes, but help the one person in front of you. Okay. Shermaine House says ladies can try to assist the venue woman instead of criticizing them. Yeah. I mean, we do have to. A lot of times we see like just women in prostitution, whatever, the venue woman. I heard somebody complaining that there was a Venezuelan woman naked on top of a car, but for these people, this is the extent they have to go to just to get money, just to get food, and it's very sad. So you can share our stream, you can like it, you can post a comment. We're trying to raise awareness of what is going on in Venezuela, and you could help us just by sharing this post. Alright, so I'm gonna give my Movietown voucher to Mark Sook. Congratulations, you won this giveaway, this 3D voucher. It's for $100. Thank you for your input and the comments you gave us. So you can send us an inbox message to find out how you can collect this prize. And we are gonna go back to the discussion with the panel now.
We're not trying to like maybe sugarcoat. And Trinidad, obviously, we have like people who are listening. They might have real questions too, right? So one of the questions I might want to ask is it that to you yourself, right? Would you say there are also bad people coming into the country?
Yes, I would say so. It have bad and good people. Of course, there are probably a lot of Venezuelans here that don't, they don't come in with the right mind, or they don't come with the good intentions that we hope them to come with. But yeah, it does have a lot of criminals that would come across. And this is the reason for the registration, to make sure that persons who have any kind of criminal background are not allowed to have the opportunity to be here.
Okay.
So I guess that's assuming they'd be honest in the registration process.
Well, I think what they would do is investigate them.
Right.
Yeah.
So even when they are registered, that doesn't mean that it's approved.
Right.
And they're
Right.
able to be here. They have to go through a process of investigation,
Yeah.
and then eventually they'll say, well, you have been approved, you haven't,
Oh.
Also, being registered
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're...
So even the people that have been registered, it's not for sure.
Okay.
Oh.
So what is registration doing now in the country then? When they do that, where does
Well,
it...
it's a control. It's to catch a grip on the whole situation of the Venezuelans coming in, because they have to do it. Right now, I believe the plan is that the Venezuelans would require a visa to come in Trinidad now.
Right.
So that's one thing. I believe Gary mentioned it just the other day. And now, they're going to probably send back all the persons that didn't get registered. So fortunately, those who did register have the opportunity now, but
Right.
not all would get through.
Yeah.
Right, and then, when they register, what give them access to? A work permit, what else?
Yes, it gives them access to a work permit and free healthcare. That's basically about it.
Okay. So they could go and work and be free in that part, right?
Yes.
They could actually just go and
They don't
apply
have to
for a
be
job.
running and
Hiding
and
yeah.
police come in, and
Yeah.
sometimes they have. I've heard stories of people, feel like As soon as they see a police car, they want to hide and they want to
Yeah,
run.
that's no way to live.
That's no way to live.
Yeah, well, I actually know a story about that. Some people was working somewhere and they went and hide under the stairs. But the police just came in looking for something else. They came to buy food or something and they thought they were coming for them. So it was a raid. So, you know, it's a sad thing that actually happening. So with seeing that, you know, this amount of people maybe coming in the country, do you honestly think that the country could support all these people asking you?
No, I mean, I don't think they could support everyone that's coming in. But I think there's a certain amount of persons that you could help, that you could offer your help to, and Trinidad is more than able. Of course, we are. God is able to provide for absolutely every person.
Right.
I believe that.
So, outside of, well, I mean, obviously the country would have a vision and a plan too, right? Get funding from other sources, you know, different, to start actually help, because outside of money, like one of my natural things is, they leave in the country, I put myself in position, right? I leave the country while I was living there. Maybe some people who have homes, they have a life, you know, and now they are abandoned and all that. But when they come to Trinidad, it's not like Trinidad have any kind of thing set up where you're actually living somewhere. It's not like they could actually go and stay in a camp or something.
I mean, Living Waters do offer, I believe, I'm not sure, that they do offer stay to some persons or families.
To some,
Yes.
But it's not like like something real, like tangible, like is this big problem going on and have like a facility where they're bringing in people and they get at least water, food, they really have. So it means that they had to have something set up. Because my next question is this, our ask here, right?
Well, the UN, I believe that that's what they've been trying to do.
Yeah, that was it. They had to, you know, implement something, right? So, why Trinidad? That's a question, because most people saying, why they come in Trinidad? Why they can't go somewhere else? Why they go Russia? Why they go China? Why Trinidad? Yeah.
It's the closest place. I mean, Trinidad
it
is
seems like
the
it's
closest
a but I don't understand why people asking the question. It's just
you
an
see,
obvious answer.
people can't afford. They have no money to go anywhere else.
To take a plane.
I don't think people really see themselves in our situation.
Yeah, they're not thinking.
Mention it, I know gas, so they go and walk to Mexico.
I mean, some persons would go to Colombia.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, people walk for days to get to the border of Colombia, to Cucuta.
Listen,
they walk.
Olia, don't laugh at me. Don't think I'm uneducated or anything, or, you know, I did geography a long time ago, but you don't have to fly to Colombia from Venezuela.
Yeah, you could.
No, I mean you don't have to. You could drive.
No, you could drive.
Yeah. Oh, I never
Everything
knew that.
is on the same kind of continent, like even Guyana, all of them are there.
Guyana, but
even Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah, you could just cross the border as well.
So I'm sure that they do go to Brazil and Colombia as well, of course.
For some people,
but they walk for days.
I don't want to say for some people, is it easier to come to Trinidad actually?
Of course.
Yeah,
you get in a boat and
you're
literally here in how long? By a boat, how long it takes?
Probably about 3 hours.
A couple hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, you jump in a boat and you.
I mean, I've been to
But
a
when
lot.
south and closer to, you know, to
Yeah, it is
Venezuela, you could
closer.
actually see it.
It is closer.
I probably see the new people, but like it's have like young women and thing walking around the beach. I'm not saying anything necessarily wrong with that. Probably just walking casually, and the police just take them and gently move them out of the area. But they'll be walking there, and it could be kind of dangerous.
Because they don't know that
they're looking to go inside and thing, go inside there and have you ask the directions and thing.
But you see, Venezuela has become this place where nothing is for sure. You know, you don't know if you're gonna get robbed one day. You don't know if you're gonna be murdered, because people are so desperate that they just robbing you of anything. So they are accustomed to the danger and insecurity.
Yeah.
Coming to Trinidad is just like, okay, well, it's just like
actually, I always
Venezuela.
tell Kevin that. He's like, actually, we saw a group of them late at night walking.
Yeah.
I think it was close to Sea Lodge.
Wow.
And he was like, they're not afraid. I was like, Kevin, where they come from? There's no fear in Trinidad, you know. I mean, if a bad man come out, it's like, you know.
Yeah, it is like that.
Actually, there are a lot of people actually just to come here, they lost their life and different things, right? They actually
Yes,
just reach here, this situation.
It had a boat that collapsed. It had about 30 persons or so, and kids. One particular lady and her kids drowned.
Wow.
So
wow.
It's been pretty bad.
That story was being covered by BBC and
yeah, it was on,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So for all the Trinidadians who saying horrible things, I am in shock. I mean, going through some of the news posts and so on, and people comment. I am in shock
Yeah.
of the horrible things that are coming out Trinidadians' mouths about Venezuelans. And I'm like, where are these people getting this information?
Yeah.
Where the hate came from?
Mm.
Why so hateful?
Right.
What has any Venezuelan ever done to a Trinidadian? You know what I mean? Hate. This is really hateful things. Saying things about the woman.
They're not speaking in specific. They're speaking in general terms. What I mean is
Yes,
like
yeah.
they're not
Making
calling
statements
it
like
about
all Venezuelan women.
And then they mean like,
Right.
obviously, like we say, it have bad people who actually
Yeah,
come to the
people
country.
must
and
have
they
had a
don't-
bad experience at some point in time, and they will
Right.
probably say, well, all of them are the same.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. I mean, and they're willing to do anything. They're willing, in Peru and all these places, they just go in and standing up and selling their empanadas. And that way, they're not taking
Not
anybody's
tacos,
job.
but empanadas, yeah.
Empanadas. arepas.
Yeah, we don't know about the
You know?
tacos there, Hunter.
So it's not like if they're actually going to the country and just looking for jobs. If they can't find a job, they're standing up right there and selling their empanadas and their arepas.
Yeah.
My best friend, she migrated from Venezuela to Dominican Republic, and when she had arrived there, she didn't have anything to do. She started selling empanadas and arepas to, to make a living. And she was there with her daughter and her husband. All of them went together.
I've been hearing this a lot, and I did research, and I did not find any factual statement from any governing body or health facility
yeah, with crime.
that says, no, not the crime,
Which one?
that 6 out of every 10 Venezuelans have AIDS. And I'm like, where did they get that statistic from? Where was that released somewhere?
They can't even know that because they're not registered and they're not getting free medical.
Yeah,
The people who come in the country
yeah.
know
So
there's a
they
medical
saying
condition.
6 out of every 10 that come to Trinidad have AIDS.
Well, the answer was, well, he's the minister.
But
of
remember,
health.
this person who all hearing these stories from is not a legit
No, not
source,
from her,
not from him, but yeah, go ahead.
Some people were concerned about measles.
Right.
Some people did come with it. But
Yeah.
what he was saying is that they treated, I think, about 17 cases. But he was saying people complaining about they're getting healthcare, but he was saying you should be glad that we're treating them so these things wouldn't spread and affect
Exactly.
the rest of
Correct.
the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because remember, when
population.
they leave Venezuela, they did not have health care, they did
Yeah.
not have drugs, they could not get help. So they come in sick. I'm sure people are coming
And
sick.
some of them
And
are
he was-
sick, they don't even
He was
know
saying
like,
the
what it
medication
has.
actually really cheap. Like for measles, he says like $4 US.
Wow,
to
and I
treat.
can't afford that.
Well, you were saying for us it's really cheap, so
Yeah.
it's not
But remember,
a
like
problem.
4 months
Yeah.
pay. No, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
so-
There's 4 months pay to imagine you
Just to
within
get
4
a
months you have
vaccination.
yeah. So
That's
it's
sad.
so it's not like something easy you could just go and
Yeah.
buy even you're thinking $4 you could make that in 1 week.
Yeah, well,
you
we
know
have
what I
to send my aunt her medication.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes, and if she doesn't have that medication, she's at risk of dying,
Yeah.
Okay.
And she cannot get it in Venezuela.
and she cannot get it.
And if saying
Wow.
the country not burden, but like our brother who come and he working in the zoo, right? I don't think, there's a job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like,
Yeah.
they actually putting this sense of a burden on the country where, but it's a weird thing that how people responding to the whole situation, not out of place. People say not think out the emotion and not,
I think it's easy to talk to when you don't really understand the
Right.
position of the other person.
Right. And really and truly, the people who talking, they're not threatening no way, it's not
I
normal.
want to
What
ask them
happening?
personally what
Happening in the
how is
country
the
and
burden
encourage
to them?
Trinidadians to use some wisdom. Don't jump on a bandwagon there. They really know what is really
Yes,
going on
yeah.
and really happening because, like she had just heard from her, right, that there are people actually in power who misusing these Venezuelans. You understand? They're not?
Yes.
And so you might think, well, yeah, you talking and all this corruption, and you don't realize it's Trinidadian self who actually the corrupt one who doing things that they shouldn't be, doing.
Yeah.
And people suffering, and we trying to actually in certain ways make it worse on them.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you hear the woman and the lady say the video from Kilani Hunter that you have money, you're just wasting it, spending. Why are they actually trying to help somebody?
Yes.
It's a time, it's in life.
She
you
made
gonna
a
do
lot
it.
of sense. She on a truck with a case of beer. That money she could take and help
Yeah.
somebody,
Yeah.
In life is seasons, and in your own personal life you realize that, there are times when you
Yeah.
have more money, there are times when, and there's just a season in the world, especially with Trinidad, and
Yeah.
that we should really see that it's a time to actually help the country. And because a good question I want to ask you, right? This maybe you can't speak for all Venezuelans, but maybe the people in the heart of it, right? If it is Venezuela get back where things good and comfortable again, they could go. Do you think they would actually want to stay in Trinidad?
No, they definitely they will go back home in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Why?
Venezuela is a beautiful place. There's still places that are still really, really pretty, still beautiful. People still go to visit. Tourists still go there
Tourists still
to
go
have
to
their
Venezuela.
vacations. People go to a place called Los Roques and Mochima. is very, very well known for the tourists, and they still go. People still go. Venezuela still have a lot of tourism, even with the situation.
Okay.
So, I mean, they would go back home. They
That's-
would go
that
back.
those places only 5%.
Yeah. Yes.
No, because that's an important thing,
Yeah,
right? Because
more-
some
we are
people think
1%
they just
there.
come in here to just, you know, some people think they just come in here to just read the country, but they realize it's just a time and a season where they actually need help, and as things get by, like our brother here, who come here and he say, what do music? If he can get back and go back and go back in
Yeah, of course,
Venezuela,
he
he
would go back.
go on in a heartbeat, but he don't want to come here and work on a zoo, and, you know, who really want
Yeah,
to do those
nobody
kind of,
wants
yeah,
to
nobody
do
really
Yeah,
does.
imagine, so you're Trinidadians, you know, not thinking, imagine he was a big artist in Venezuela making money. He said he could provide for his family, he had no problem.
It's a local artist who can do that.
Right,
Go ahead.
to come to Trinidad and work in a safari zoo. You all
Right.
think that's just so,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
desperation, it's because you want a better life for your family, you know?
Right.
And for us to have this kind of approach, you know, where we just being selfish, because it seems like what a lot of these people are just looking at, how this is going to affect us, how it's affecting me, and most of them not even affected, right?
Right.
But what about being your brother's keeper?
Right.
Yeah.
What about what the Bible says about if your brother is hungry, feed him?
Mm-hmm.
What about even the Bible says sometimes you entertain strangers, you might be entertaining angels and you don't know.
Yeah.
How hard it is for me to take they getting $1 US a month. The average salary in Trinidad is probably 10,000 TT a month. How hard it is just to go on the grocery and buy a couple things and help a
Help
couple.
someone, yeah.
You know, that is not taking anything out of us. Your children, clothes that they outgrow. How
Yeah,
hard
they
is
just
it?
get them because remember when
Yeah.
they come on our boat, they ain't coming with no
Yeah,
no,
you know,
luggage
it's not
and
even
thing, you got
burden in
nothing,
you.
you know what I
It's
mean?
clothes you have stuck up. The children, somebody told me this week, I can't remember who, I don't know if it was somebody told me that they were children there overnight and stuff, and the person was questioning them, and they were saying that a lot of the children, they wear the same clothes
same
over
clothes,
and over
yeah.
because they just leave Venezuela with what they have, which was nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and they have only same clothes for like a week.
Yeah.
How, and I'm sure people have clothes stuck up in the cupboards, old, you know what I mean? So, I mean, Trinidad, come on. This is not speaking well on us at all, how people are,
And
it's
it should
sad.
in the next, I guess from after this registration, in next year, right? What's sad is, I mean, what the country actually gonna do? I mean, we talk about these citizens, like how some of them divided, right? But what is the future of the country? Is that the country actually gonna come up with some kind of plan? Because they can't ignore it.
Yeah.
You understand? The country is not a state they can just sit down and ignore that, because what they're gonna do? Fix the border. They can't even get
Yeah.
drugs out of the country.
Yeah.
They're not coming in the borders, right? So
Yeah,
you
that's
go, or you
no
go
joke.
have people who wanna try to come in the country. And it's not something you just sit down and know. So you actually have a plan, because it's real people life now. It's not like
Yeah.
you know, it's not like some dog who you're just trying to just run or something.
Yeah,
it's actually
it's
real
human
people
beings.
with children, and you have to come with a plan to figure out. And you have to realize it's
on.
seasonal. There's not like a permanent thing that gonna is. You have to is depending on what you want to do, right? Because in years to come, I would hate to know that I, as a Trinidadian, that we need help once again from Venezuela.
Yeah, you never know.
You understand? And a situation happened because right now we're getting taxed for everything. You know what I mean? The country has no more money, they're saying.
He said it.
Yeah, the country. So you don't know what if you have no plan what the years to bring, right? My point is this, right? If we reach that place where it's bad like that now and we need help, where's our situation, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta jump
Yeah.
on the boat the same way to go.
Look at
Eh?
That's how much it takes to buy a roll of toilet paper.
Yep.
Wow. Sorry.
And
yeah?
that's if you get toilet paper.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Use the money
You see
instead.
money?
Yeah, this look like a lot more toilet paper. I'm sorry. This looks like a bigger stack here.
Oh, wait.
No, but that's the reality, and I could understand
Oh,
when
boy.
the other day we helped a couple of them and we bought, you know, those big toilet paper in Price Mart. And you might think, well, toilet paper, who cares about toilet paper? Like, people took that toilet paper like it was chicken and fries, like it was KFC, because it was something valuable, because they know what they went through home
Right.
to
Yeah.
get that toilet paper. So when they saw it, they were like, toilet paper. And the toiletries, they were like, this
And that's like a minor, even in Trinidad, like almost like a minor's burden to them too,
It's
right?
like
It means that they
one,
get
like,
different things that they could live.
Yeah,
So
it's
now
like
they
the
could
small
actually maybe
things.
pay a rent somewhere, you know, they could do something
Yeah.
and, you know, start to actually work on towards their life, but they don't want to come here and just continue. So as Trinidadians, we encourage everybody who's listening to, you know, to really soak in the show and see like maybe a different side of the view. And here there's real stories, there's real people's lives. You could be, where's the young man, you might get my chance?
Lino James.
You could actually Google the man and find out if he's actually,
Yeah.
if what we
Yeah,
saying
no.
is something
Lino
real.
James, and see for yourself where he came from.
Yeah.
And see, so you know it's not
Yeah.
like a joke, you
Actually,
know.
And you know, he's not the
actually
only
said
professional.
when he came, the girl wanted his autograph. Who was with the
No, no.
registration, which she
She asked
said
him to sing.
She
to
asked him to
sing
sing,
or
yeah,
to
she
sing
asked him
for
to
him.
sing.
Yeah, she asked him to sing for him.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like real people. It's not like think one day we in a crisis and you know like, someone will be big artist go on
and
something and it's like
Yeah.
Say like Marshall over there registering.
you could be like what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, but the reality is this what happening and you really have to open up your eyes and pray about the situation and see in your own way how you could help. Like, you know, like a simple thing like that, what we say is buying groceries, doing something, trying to help. Because we really don't know where's he take on the country itself, right? Like what Trinidad actually going to do. They come up with a registration, but where's the next step forward? Because
Yeah.
obviously all these people come and register and like you rightfully say, they're going to now see who could stay and who not going to
Exactly.
stay. And we don't know how long that process is going to be neither, right? Because obviously there's a lot of people that they go through and
But I mean, I guess they're gonna try to work on it as quick as they can because you know they can't just let the situation get out of their hands once again.
But what's good from here, though, that at least in Trinidad, at least those citizens was cool. Like they say, they didn't have nobody had any bad
Yeah.
experience going for registration. It's really the hooligans who in Trinidad, you know, because how often you read the papers and you hear Venice killed this one and
Once or twice.
and about
In
who-
fact, and it was among themselves. I mean, I heard
Yeah.
of a story
Yeah,
where a
among
husband killed a
themselves.
wife or
Yeah.
something like that.
But what I mean is the more here in Trinidad and still,
Yeah.
all they talk about the crime and everything like that, right? It's
Yeah.
really, because the kind of crime that happening amongst the Venezuelan and Trinidadians is, like you were saying, it's a different level of crime.
Yeah.
Prostitution, and you ain't gonna be waking up in the papers and be seeing this big business owner own a bunch of Venezuelans. You ain't gonna be seeing that, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
So the kind of the kind of crime happening is a little different, right? So you know, let me just hear what is going on online and I wrap up the show.
All right, so I'm going to read the last few comments here. Jervey Michael Penko says charity begins at home and our own people cannot get jobs. But we spoke about that a good bit, that it doesn't seem to be directly threatening anybody who is complaining that we can't get jobs. I did hear a lot of people online complaining about those things. Someone was saying how...
That is not a crisis in Trinidad, though.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
not-
someone was saying, I remember, how they translated the forms for them in Spanish. And they said that is spoon feeding the Venezuelans. They said there are people in Trinidad who can't read and they don't put audio forms and all kind of thing, right? It was
That is ignorant.
a lot of ignorance.
Oh gosh.
Um,
Audio forms, you say?
yeah, for the people in Trinidad who can't read.
But if you're going for a visa for, like, say, Jamaican thing, where is being? I believe it's
Well,
English.
no, English.
Yeah, so I know, yes. Well, I mean, it's me for your
Yeah,
language,
yeah,
it'll be in German for you to figure it out.
Akila Valentine says, to the persons who ask why Trinidad, if you look at statistics, many more have gone to other countries as Venezuelan refugees as
Yes,
well.
sure.
This
Yeah.
doesn't only affect Trinidad, it's a global matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Minister David Langclose says, I know God gives grace to everyone, but the law is the law. The word of God says we must follow the law of Moses and the law of God. There are laws in place that says we must come to another country legally. Period. That is the law. Yeah, that is the law, but
Staff, when they hear
No,
the-
but
when your family, okay,
what
if
does that
your
mean?
family is under threat, what are you gonna do? Watch them die and stuff? And,
Well, there's
you
other
know?
places in the Bible where Jesus said the law, man wasn't made for the Sabbath. So what it means
For the
is that,
Sabbath for man.
for man, but what it means is that the law is for the lawless. What I mean is there's
Yeah.
a time when the law is actually, you know, not, you know what I mean? It's not like something where you say, it put there to put constraints that men will do certain things, but it's not there for you to say to,
Trying not to die.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will wonder. I mean, I hear him, I understand. Coming here illegally, that's not the ideal situation.
No.
But if it were him and his family, and imagine watching your
Exactly.
daughter or son starving because there's no food in the groceries, and then you know
You would
there's
do
a
anything
way.
for your
No,
family.
the law is the law.
So
That's why
So
Jesus'
that's
ministry is such a unique thing, because he said the law came by Moses, but grace and truth came by him.
Yeah.
So it means that there's the law, But then there's there's a realm of love where love's making anything possible. When the
Yeah.
Bible says love covers a multitude of sin, it does
Amen.
something
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Whereas the law reveals this sin, the Bible says love
If
covers,
my daughter
you know.
starving, I will steal. If I have no money, I will steal
Yeah,
for
you
her.
will do whatever it takes
I
as a
will steal for
mother.
her to give her some food.
And actually, there's a Bible verse about that. That
Yeah.
makes it not a bad thing, but go ahead. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Corinne Narayan says, can our leaders turn this into a blessing? 1. Apply for world grants, like 1 billion US. 2.
1 billion.
Create businesses to employ and support Venezuelans. 3. We should have classes to learn Spanish and English. 4. Caribbean businesses should expand into Latin America.
Yeah.
So yes, we do need a lot of people with initiative and innovation. We need that right now in the
We
government,
could
among
make it a
leaders.
blessing. It may
Exactly.
be, you know, it may be a burden or becoming that way.
Yeah.
Now, but I could see how we could turn it into a blessing.
Exactly.
Just by
It's a burden if you don't do nothing.
Yes.
You understand? You
Just
have to actually
by
do something, you have to
I
implement
agree.
something.
My mother's maiden name is Garcia, and my grandmother's maiden name is Gonzalez. So,
So they're in, yeah?
I
Because I know Chris Garcia.
where do you think he get Garcia from? India?
Oh, something that I'm joking. Yeah.
No, but you know many Trinidadians, they're quarreling. You know many Trinidadians have Venezuelan roots or
Yeah.
Latin American roots.
I was just saying that the
I
other
think
day.
So many.
my grandfather
They
is from
do.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
I believe my grandfather on my mom's side is from Venezuela.
I believe on my
Yeah,
side too.
grandfather.
Yeah.
When you say you you don't even know.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not. I have a lot of other I have Venezuelans that could contribute. They have doctors coming in, engineers.
That is
Yeah.
so
I share
true.
what
you know,
yeah.
people from all sorts of
A
fields.
matter
lot
what I
of
do.
Venezuelans.
On its
That is
own.
so true.
Oh.
I've actually met some of them. They are
I
engineers,
thought
but
you didn't know.
No,
they're
I'm
here
not.
and they're working in the grocery.
Exactly.
You know, so they can actually contribute in a big way. When you go in Port Spain General Hospital, they always understaffed. They do have no doctors. Well,
Yeah.
we have people coming who could probably help them. So
Yeah.
that's why I say it's a blessing in disguise. You have to know how to kind of maneuver
Hey,
it.
I think if they could do mechanic, fix their car for less.
And they do. And they
They
do.
do
And they're
everything
honest?
for less. They do
What?
do
They
everything
do
for less.
everything for less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a mechanic robbing me blind. Yeah.
Well, change your mechanic.
Well,
car.
yeah, I actually did
That's
that.
kind of simple, yeah.
see
And
the
you see, one of
difference.
my husband's cousins, he does that.
Yeah, because like when I need to change the oil, the man changing the engine.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So that is about the end of the comments. As I have it, let me give this last giveaway. This is the Micro SDHC card.
Memory card.
Memory card. I am just reading the label.
Don't make it that complicated.
Okay, I'm gonna give this to Akila Valentine. Thank you for participating in
Valentine's.
our show. And this is for you. You can inbox us to find out how you can collect it. Okay. So thank you for viewing. I will say good night to all the viewers. We will not be reading any more comments from here on, but you can still post your comments because this show is viewed over several times by different people at different points. So feel free to still give your input, okay? Good night. See you next week. In 2 weeks, actually.
Hey, you want to thank everybody for tuning in, and obviously the show will be up still for you all put your comment, your input, and we'll still be commenting on it. You know, we want to thank you, Rutan, for, you know.
Yes, I'm really glad to be here and be able to give a little more information.
Yeah, we encourage you to do it because when you go, maybe go watch your video, I'm sure a lot of people realizing there's another side to the story,
Yeah,
and a lot of times, you know, people
definitely.
don't realize because on social media, just to be real, maybe obviously I might know there's other voices in Trinidad who rising up to try and make it seem like this is the dominant voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's like how to explain it, boy? Spiritually, it's like abuse. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like somebody who trying to rise up to dominate something, and you make it feel like this is the onlyest way of something,
And they
hence
even
the
use
reason
God
you
in
need
it.
somebody to.
They're using God in
Yeah,
it.
so somebody needs to rise up again to
Yeah.
give the real story. That it's, you know, so somebody who going through abuse, you need to can stop it. Sometimes you have to do something, right? So in the same
course.
way, you know, you had to rise up and maybe make a statement and make it clear. You have real stories. You know,
Yeah,
you
of
can do
course.
something where you have your interviewing people, having real, you know, something real where, you know, people see it and they realize, hey, how we could help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if this guy was in need, we would love to buy things for him. You know what I mean? So the question is how people, you have to figure out a simple way for people to get help. And also, I guess within Champion the ministry, there's actually for all the Venezuelans, there's a Spanish service they have, and also there's a time where they come. And how much people they had last time, Sally?
In the last service, we had as much as we could hold. That was about like 110 or
Alright,
something.
and then the classes, how much people they have?
The classes are on average about 20 people per class.
Alright, so it's like about 20 people, strictly Venezuelan, they don't know English. So it's a way that, you form, like, they could come and they could learn English, because obviously they come, like I say, in the country, they don't know nothing.
That's great. A
You know
lot
what I
of
mean?
the
And they
kids will
actually
benefit
learn-
too.
Yeah, so there's a real need, and like I say, I personally believe, by the grace of God, it could be temporal if we choose that. What I mean by temporal, they could get back, they could start a life, and they could go back, but if it is we choose to in some way to help, or else we just say, well, let life happen.
Yeah.
And we all know if you just let life happen, sometimes it don't play out the way,
yeah.
Some people say, like, put it in the hands of God. No, many times God put it in the hands of us to do something.
something,
And when we look back in time, we realize it's we didn't make the difference. It's we didn't stand for something. We didn't, you see that in natural love. It means it's your family. Anything if this you didn't, as a mother, you didn't go to work, you didn't do your children, never get. In the same way, you had to actually make an effort to do something, right? So like, thank everybody for viewing, and you all have a blessed night. We out in Jesus' name. Yeah?
Thank you so much for being part of the show. I hope you really enjoyed it. You can go on over to our YouTube channel and click subscribe. You can also click on that bell at the bottom and you'll be able to get live notifications. For our Facebook viewers, remember to like, comment, and share, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And if you'd like to come on down and be part of our live audience, we are located at number 12 Anna Street, Woodbrook. Have a great night. Thank you for being part of the show. Good night.